Hey, this is Jeremy with Howling Dog Media, and today we're here to talk to you about the Titan X from Mantis. The Titan X is a training system that connects to their Mantis X software or the training academy. The particular one I have in my hands is modeled after the Glock 19, which has the Glock trigger system. It also has an optics mount on top. Check the Mantis website in order to see which sights are compatible. Then you have your rail in the front so you can mount your flashlight or your flash laser. I wouldn't recommend using the laser because there is a laser on this to be used with the training academy. So you use the top button to pair it to your phone or tablet. The other thing with the top button is if you press it once, it turns on your laser and you can adjust the laser using an Allen key on the side of the weapon here. So to turn that off, just press your button again and it'll blink and you're ready to go. So I have the software started. So I got Mantis X here. I'm gonna go back in. I've been doing this a little bit tonight, and we're gonna do holster draws. And this is a great way to train to get yourself used to carrying your weapon. If you got a coat on, if you have a shirt, hoodie, that way you can get used to and actually train with having to get up underneath there to get your weapon. And over time, training, lots of training. And you can see it's been a while since I've been out in the shop here just doing dry fire drills. I really need to get back into that. And now that we have this, I'm going to buy another one so the wife and I can actually train together and then have our little competitions. And so they also have a lot of other drills on the software, along with the training academy, which I'll be purchasing here shortly, and then I'll also do a video on that as well. So I'm going to do a couple more here, and then we'll look at the analysis once I'm done. So I'll finish up with this one. And then now we're going to hit stop. And so it wants you to do about 50 shots a day. I've done 68% of mine so far. My average has been 2.04 seconds. I'm going to hit done. And so we'll go in and look at, so shot, target, horizon, pull, grip, gives you all your analysis on everything. And then, so I'm going to go in here to shot one and you can hit play. So it does that for all your shots. So I'm going to back up and you have all these different training events that you can do. And then down here, you actually have more training. And I believe, and don't quote me on this, I'll find out more once I get down there. I believe once you finish all this training, they actually send you the patches for the training that you've completed. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tablet back down. So like I said, with the Titan, it's great system. And it is also, I forgot to say earlier, same weight as your Glock 19. So like I said, the training that you're going to get out of this is phenomenal. And I can't wait to see what they have else coming out. They also make this in a Glock 17 and a Glock 45. MSRP is around $200. to get to that training system. And like I said, I can't wait to see Nick and Elise down there at SHOT Show here next week. The other thing I want to talk to you on with the other system, as you can see it here in the background, I also have the Blackbeard out here, so we're going to go ahead and talk about that as well. So let me grab the Blackbeard. But first, I need to go ahead and shut this system down. So I need to hold the button, and now the system's turned off. So now I can bring up and go into settings. Now I'm going to go to rifle. So now we're going to talk about the Mantis Blackbeard X. So this, just like the Titan, is your training system for your rifle. Current one I have here is for the AR-15. They also make it for the AR-10, along with SCAR. And let me take a look at my notes, because I think they also make it for the M7 and the MCX. And here soon, because I've been asking for it for years, along with a bunch of others like me, they're coming out with it for the AK. So you'll have this system ready to go for your training with your rifle, your optics, your setup. And so what it is you got, let me drop the mag real quick. So that's your battery pack, and the Mantis X system is everything's sitting right here. You got a button right here that lets you know your battery level, and then to pair it, you got the button down here. So I can press that button, and it's going to start flashing. And then when you load it into the rifle, it actually resets the trigger. So it's actually resetting your trigger. I've seen them put this into a full auto rifle, and it works. It's an amazing system. So how you use it is you would take your bolt out, along with the charging handle. The Mantis Blackbeard slides in, and then you would put your mag in, or the battery pack in. So right now I'm looking for, let me go in and set this back up. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out and come back in to pair up with the Blackbeard. So I'm going to hit the connect. And like I said, you can go and just so I'm going to hit connect. All right, so now I'm back in the software, and for this, I'm just going to go back in and do the ready up drills. So every time you turn this on, you got to calibrate it. So to calibrate it, you just lay it on a flat surface. All right, now I'm calibrated. I can pick my rifle back up, hit start. It's going to want you to be at the low ready. And for this drill, it's going to have you do like 10. And both these systems, it'll catch you on doing things that you shouldn't be doing. Making sure your finger's out of the mag well or the trigger well. And you can practice going from safe to semi. All right. So let's say I'm done with the training. So I'll go ahead and put my rifle down. So I'm at 80%. And so I'm going to hit done. And it's showing me my scores. And I did my best one for my fourth shot. Once again, it's going to show you how long it took you and your different pieces there. Like I said, your delay, your transition. And then once again, like I said, it shows you all the different training that you can do with the Blackbeard. So, like I said, both of them are great training pieces for you for rifle, for pistol. Now, with the Titan X for pistol and the Blackbeard X for the rifle. And then once you're done here and doing your training in your house or in your office at the house, or like I'm in my shop, you get to do the training here. And then once you transition and go to the actual range, then you can switch over to the X10 Elite or the X3 or the X2 and use those to do your actual range days. And that will continue your training and adding to that with the Mantis X software. So like I said, I always love meeting up with Elise and Nick there at Mantis at SHOT. And every year they come out with new innovations. Last year they had the augmented reality that we got to play around with. They have virtual reality that they had there as well. And then they also have, and they're still working on their actual projected range system. So each year something new comes out. Each year I'm always impressed on what their team and their company has been doing. So like I said, check out the Titan X, check out the Blackbeard X, grab the 10 X10, the X10, get to training, and especially like for me here in Washington State, we now have a law coming in 2027 where you now have to have training. You have to do a live fire a lot with all sorts of, they're trying to add more and more to it just for us to have our CPL. So to save you on your ammo and have a system like this is a great piece. So like I said, this is Jeremy with Howling Dog Media. We'll be at SHOT next week. So send us a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you want us to try to find at SHOT, and I'll see you later.